This entire year, serving as the vice president of SGA, I've been in contact with, the administration on several different occasions, be it business or at, I guess more pleasure settings of ETSU functions. So, I'm kept pretty aware of all the situations that are occurring on campus. For instance, I can get something from one of the vice presidents that say, well, we're thinking about adding this fee in. I always try and keep my ears open for anything that could be happening. In the Student Affairs Office, if something is kind of going on, I like to try and figure out exactly what it is. As far as knowing what exactly the issues are, I would say that I know a lot of people. I work very hard at trying to be friends to everybody that I meet. There's really not one person that I can think of that I really don't like or can get along with. And so, I'll ask them, is there something going on? I've had students come up and talk to me about professors. Professors really kind of treat me bad. What can be done about this? And I feel it's my responsibility to take care of that. I've actually gone and had a meeting with Dr. Stanton before, and spoken with him about it and said, what can be done about this? I mean, we can't, have students being treated unfairly in the classroom. So I've made it a point to really be aggressive as far as talking to the administration. If a problem occurs, I'm really not afraid to, talk to anybody. I'm very strong-willed, and I don't have to wait to be told to do something. I like to take the initiative. Is to talk to somebody else that maybe I should go through somebody else. I'm going to go and talk to that person directly. I don't like to play the bureaucracy of ETSU, because that's what it is. It's a bureaucracy. I like to get things done, especially when it comes to students, because this is the best years of their lives, of our lives. And when you look back on it, when you spend 4 or 5 years here, you say, what was good about my time spent at ETSU? And I want people to say all of it. I want people to believe very thoroughly that this was the best years of their lives.
CJ.
What was the first part of that? Or do you want to answer all of this? I want to make sure I get
the questions are, what do you actually plan to do about issues? How do you know what these issues are? And what steps have you taken to be informed about what students really say?
Right. Well, I think, and I've learned this over the past week more than ever now, but I went out and talked to as many people as I can. And over on the campaign trail, we have learned important to students, because it's really, we've been out the whole week now, just going out, shaking hands, talking to people, letting them know what we're all about. And I hear things from these people that I would have never have even thought of, because it's not something that's on our radars at the moment. Like one lady said that she was having some problems with some equipment in her particular department. It wasn't adequately funded. We wouldn't have known about that unless we got out there and talked to the people. So I think that's the best way to know what the issues are. That's how I know what the issues are. And I think that that's something that the SGA needs to do a better job of next year. So what am I going to do about the issues? I want to try to work with the administration. They have to be our partner in these things. Students and the administration have to work together, or it's not going to work. Ultimately and truly, they have the final say on these things, and it's our job to make sure that we compromise, to make sure that our voices are heard, and that what we want done is known. And so I've been on several committees this year working on parking especially.
What I plan to do is, I guess it just goes back to one of my goals is to strengthen the relationship between the administration and students. Like everyone else, I plan to work with administration and I plan to talk to the students, but to try to go higher than that, to get TBR involved. I know and I guess this goes back to environment and green fee, but they're kind of reluctant to fund money to college campuses. The big thing is working within the community, with local businesses, just the community in general, to try to bring the campus to the community and the community to the campus, to get those intertwined. Just because, I guess I look at ETSU as sometimes kind of like an own section of the town, just because, nothing's really centered around here, so it kind of sucks. But I guess one big thing is to work with the community. So like it's not really a suitcase campus anymore. So more students actually stay on campus, and more students actually voice their opinions than going home on the weekends. I guess that was the what am I going to do? What was the other one?
How do you know what steps have you taken to be informed of what students really say?
I mean, yeah, I've talked to people, talked to students about like what the problems are and what they see. I guess really affects student life. But the biggest thing that I've done is just listened, especially studying in class. Because I mean, 10 minutes before class, teacher's not there. Something's bothering somebody. Of course, they're going to talk about it. So I'll just kind of sit in the corner and sit there and listen and wait till everyone to finish and like writing everything down.
Whoa!
How's it going, Dr. Lee? We're doing an interview.
Camera. Is it on tape? It's not on tape.
Yep.
Yeah. That was Dr. Lee, or SGA Interview.
Yeah. Cameo from
I know.
Sally Lee. She's my neighbor.
Oh, nice.
She's mine.
I'll email it to you
The
tonight.
picture's long hair, and then the old one.
I'll email it to you.
You were talking about how you like to sit,
Oh yeah,
listen.
I just sit and listen, and then what I do is I wait till they finish, and then I address the issue. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna show you. This is what I can do. This is what I'll try to do. I guess one big thing is just listening to the students, but also listening to the faculty and staff when they complain about like what the students are doing or what the faculty and staff isn't doing. Pretty much just talking to them, and like I guess a big thing is just going to other organizations or any event that they hold and like see the turnout, and especially like Spike Lee, like I never thought that many people would attend. People came from Kentucky just to show up, and to be able to know that like people are actually traveling out of state for a function that was sponsored by SGA, and to be able to go back and someone's like, oh, I didn't go to Spike Lee, we'll be like, some kid from Kentucky came down to see this man speak. Like, why didn't you come? And just try to get them more involved and really see what's going on.